Hello, YouTube family. Glad to meet you after so long. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. The International Women's Day is on 8th March. For 2022, the theme is Break the Bias. This video will cover some of the biases that made life of women more difficult. According to Psychology Today, bias is a tendency or inclination or prejudice toward or against something or someone. Biases can be positive or negative, which can lead to discrimination or unhealthy decision making. A recent 2020 UN study has found that almost 90% of people hold some kind of bias against women. The study was conducted across 75 countries to measure how social beliefs are contributing to gender inequality. It's natural to feel shocked, especially when there's a lot of work done to reduce gender gaps. Hence, it is justified why do we have Break the Bias as the theme for Women's Day 2022. Now let's take a look on some of the troublesome bias that people around the world are holding against women. Number 1. Women are wonderful effect. This might seem like a positive conception around women, but leaves them with more disadvantages than advantages. This bias involves people associating more positive attributes to women than men. Women are perceived as calmer, happier, easygoing, and as having the ability to cope with a great amount of stress. This leads to misperception of distress experienced by women, which means we might end up rewarding their suffering than helping them when they need it most. So the next time you see a woman becoming silent in a difficult conversation, ask her if you can do something to understand the difficulty, rather than assuming that she is coping with the stress. Number 2. Men are more brilliant than women bias. A July 2020 study by New York University has found that brilliance is perceived more as a male trait. A previous work had already suggested that women are underrepresented in careers, which means they are not getting the well-deserved credit for the work they are doing. If you surf social media, it's very common to come across a meme which depicts females as dumb. Ever heard this title given to some women? Beauty with brain. The negative side of which is women who are perceived beautiful are often perceived as no-brainers. Sad, isn't it? Okay, let's move forward. Number 3. Women are weak bias. Now we have come down to a really common bias. Across various cultures, women are found to be perceived as the weak section of the community. It's true that women have established themselves as leaders and powerful personalities, yet this notion is still prevalent in today's society. Karuna Nandi, well known for her work in the field of human rights and constitutional law, is working hard to change laws to achieve gender justice. P.V. Sindhu, a national badminton player, received Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna, Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan awards. The list consists of many more names. So my question to my audience is, why is this bias that women are weak still prevalent around us? Comment down your answers below. I would love to see them. Number 4. Women's sexual organ is not as strong as men bias. This is a biological misconception about women which leads to negative psychosocial consequences. Again, across social media posts, it's obvious to find out a meme post that depicts women's sexual parts getting impacted after they had indulged in sexual activities. It's common to hear that women get loose, which basically means their vagina gets loose when they engage sexually with someone. Well, vaginas are muscular, just like male sex organ. It is elastic and it becomes wider when a woman is aroused. By default, it goes back to its initial size when the arousal drops. Now that we found it's a myth, let us understand what makes it such a feared myth. Emotions like guilt, shame, embarrassment have been attached or associated to this form of bias, and hence women might not feel as comfortable as men on sex-related topics. Truly sad, guys. Number 5. Women cannot be entrepreneurs. Bias. Did you know that a 2016 BNP Entrepreneur report showed that companies led by female entrepreneurs had 13% higher revenues than those led by men? Entrepreneurship is the act of creating a business while building and scaling it to generate a profit. Business activities are perceived to be something belonging only to men, which is why women are often thought to be as bad entrepreneurs. Without generalizing entrepreneurship across men and women, we need to understand that entrepreneurs need to have certain characteristics to become one. Their personal features include risk-taking attitude, planning, flexibility, ability to analyze risk, creativity, etc., and not which gender they belong to. Due to this bias, often a deserving woman is not given a chance to lead, and hence she cannot deliver her potentials for the economic benefit. We have covered 5 harmful biases that we need to break in order to truly celebrate Women's Day this year. Each one of us is a part of the society and world at large. Changes would come if we can personally break these biases. All the human beings deserve respect and support, irrespective of their gender. We together can make the world a better place. Now that we have come towards the end of the video, I want to thank you for supporting this channel and for patiently watching this till now. Until the next time, please take care of yourself. Bye-bye. See you again.